Something I can help you with?
I'm curious. What do you know about the people who backed the initiative?
What everyone knows. Jean Garson was the founder and visionary. Unfortunately, she died on the Nexus during the Scourge disaster.
Is there anyone else?
I would almost welcome them. A voice to silence the rabble. Then Kesh might listen. But no, we're alone. Why do you ask?
I have information that suggests Garson wasn't the only one.
What sort of information?
It's complicated, but there was a silent partner. A benefactor.
Even if that were true, we've been here 14 months with no sign of them. This partner is either a phantom, missing, or dead. Nope, Jean Garson was the beacon. A sad end to someone of such stature. Dying alone.
Oh?
It was chaos. By the time they found her, she was already dead, succumbed to her injuries. But knowing the violence of the Scourge disaster, death was everywhere. If you're suggesting something else happened, Ryder, I'd rather you didn't. Let's not add to the confusion.
Thank you for your time.
Accessing Nexus security records may reveal more information.
The only hard fact is that her body was found in one of the apartments.
Then connecting her death to the Scourge disaster was mere speculation.
Yeah, they just wanted this to go away. I think we need to check out that apartment.
Environmental data will allow us to reconstruct the scene.
Superintendent Cash reminds everyone all power grid adjustments must be approved beforehand. Fireworks in Cephessa as outpost colonists out-engineer an Angaran outlaw and destroy his ship in a daring rescue. This is HNS.
This is where Jean Garson's body was discovered.
What are we looking for?
If you scan the room, environmental data may allow for scene recreation.
There. This was no accident. She was murdered.
As this incident occurred over a year ago, her killer is likely far away by now.
Yeah. But, wait. This whole area was shuttered back then. Didn't open until the Hyperion arrived. So what was Garson even doing here?
Perhaps a further scan of the room is in order.
What do we have here?
This is Jean Garson. I don't have much time. I've been hiding in the sealed-off sections of the Nexus since we got here. Someone's trying to kill me, and now I can hear them down in the hydroponics area. They're coming. I've embedded what I know in my VI in the cultural center. This log has the code. And whatever happens... Oh god, they're outside the door.
Wow, this is some serious shit.
Yes, deeply troubling.
Welcome back. Hello there, neighbor. I'm Gian Garson, the founder of the Andromeda Initiative. I thought you might like to hear more about our plans.
Sam, can we hear that message Garson talked about?
Unlocking it now. Rerouting to our private channel.
For years, there was a silent partner involved with the initiative. The truth is, I was running out of money. Then a benefactor stepped in. I didn't ask questions. I never met them face to face. That was a mistake. I lied to everyone. Something big spooked them in the Milky Way, and now they're moving 100,000 of us to Andromeda. I hope it's all for the good, but I have my doubts. And now I think they're going to remove me. Alec Ryder and I had a code word for this. Fulcrum. He may have learned more.
What did that mean? Something big in the Milky Way.
Perhaps your father's locked memories hold the answer. He might have known more.
Yeah. Guess I'll have to keep unlocking them to find out for sure.
We hope you'll enjoy learning about the rich diversity of people who have arrived from the Milky Way galaxy.
A hostage crisis in hydroponics ended peacefully after the human Pathfinder negotiated an agreement between protesters and Nexus officials. Tensions reached a boiling point after protesters complained their families were being kept in stasis in favor of sleepers with political connections. This is HNS. Top scientists have few answers, as the dark energy anomaly known as the Scourge limits travel and communication in the cluster. This is HNS.
Have you been to any of the planets yet?
No, I'm posted here until we get everyone out of stasis.
What have you heard?
They're saying a lot of the Golden Worlds went bad for some reason.
Then where are we going to live?
They say not to worry. The Pathfinder's working on it.
This is not good. Damn exile.
Looks like you had your tonsils removed.
I didn't want to take any risks in a new galaxy.
Back for a visit?
That's all, Harry. Thanks.
I'll be here if you need me.
Convicted murderer Nilken Rensis pardoned after an investigation by the human Pathfinder proved his innocence. This is HNS.
Welcome, traveler. How may I assist?
What goes on in hydroponics?
Hydroponic. Feel free to stop by and see our botanist, Dr. Camden. He always enjoyed...
Tell me about the Pathfinder headquarters.
The Pathfinder headquarters. It is also where Director Jaren Tan oversees the initiative.
What do people around here do for fun?
Due to resource constraints, the Nexus's recreational venues are limited to the Vortex. The Vortex is a social establishment. Please remember, consumption of alcohol while operating machinery or piloting...
What's...
The Cultural Center. By teaching them about the initiative, we hope to foster an air of cooperation.
Tell me about the tech labs.
Initiative scientists are hard at work in the tech lab. The resulting information... Please be aware, access to the tech labs is restricted to essential personnel only.
That's all.
It has been my pleasure.
They offered to put me on the transfer list for an outpost, but I said no. What? Why? Did you hear what
Construction and repairs continue on various parts of the Nexus. Authorities have no word on
Hello?
Use the nav point. Find Keldo and the supplies. I'll be here. This isn't as large as the last delivery, is it?
Slow day today, looks like.
Supplies have been tight, so we haven't been able to send out as much as we'd like.
I was going to offer to make space to take back what was available, but
Hello, Pathfinder. How can I help?
How many planets have you colonized?
When we returned to space after the Scourge, we discovered our civilization had survived on 5 worlds. People from one of those worlds found and settled Aya.
Could there be more Angaran worlds from before the Scourge? Ones you don't know about?
That's one reason we travel the stars, in hope of finding what we've lost.
How long have your people had space travel?
Before the Scourge, we colonized many worlds. Or so we're told.
You don't know for sure?
The Scourge erased all records. Everything became myth, passed down as oral history. We rebuilt our space program only a few hundred years ago.
From Stone Age to Space Age in a few centuries. Impressive.
Nothing will keep us from the stars. Not the Scourge, not Ket. We belong out there.
How good are your satellites at watching the Scourge?
They've served us well for many decades. My grandmother led the program that designed them, and my mother tended them before me.
Does the Scourge change?
On an astronomical scale, it's like a fast-moving river, but travel routes generally remain stable for years at a time.
Could your colonies wind up cut off from each other?
Worse than that, if the Scourge engulfs a world, everything on it dies.
That's all for now.
Stars and skies protect you.
Any new?
If I don't sell it, you don't need it. Your credits are as good as anyone else's. Don't start any trouble and we're fine.
I can do that.
Good to hear.
Invest in your personal protection. Shield yourself.
Hail. I feel so out of place here. People keep staring at me. I can't tell if they're fascinated or afraid.
Maybe they've all got huge crushes on you.
Ryder, that's a little far-fetched.
I don't think so. Everyone wants a spiky girlfriend.
Get your raw
Sure,
materials. For art, for science, for you. They let you pass the gates. Huh.
It's an honor, and I understand that. I'll be respectful.
All right. Everyone deserves a chance to prove themselves.
I'm not selling to aliens.
Excellent.
Getting acquainted with our new neighbors?
Sort of. All this stuff. The Angara sure do have a rich culture and blah, blah, blah.
Are you all right?
I'm fine. It's nothing. I visited that cafe the Angara consider a bar. Asked for their hardest stuff. It was weird, which I like, but had almost no punch. Lightweight. Whoa.
Steady now.
That stuff must have a slow absorption rate. Whoops. Oh, Ryder. It's just... This museum reminds me of being on Haitiana during my indentured service as a student. They even have a whole section on the Remnant. I didn't come to Andromeda to follow in someone else's footsteps.
Don't worry, PB. The Angara barely have a foothold. Sure, they live among the ruins, but they haven't seen what we've already seen.
You might have a point there. Bet nobody here has ever outrun an ancient vault purification field, huh?
Nope.
Or spat in that Archon's ugly mug and lived to talk about it? That was nice work, by the way.
Thank you.
You're right. Not sure why, but ever since I packed up my apartment on the Nexus, something's crawled under my skin. But whatever it is, I promise, I'll get over it lickety-split.
Be sure you do. You're a handful. Even sober.
You can handle me, Ryder, whenever you want. Think I'll stay in your operation a little while longer.
Hello, Pathfinder.
I'll let you get back to it.
We got word from Eladin.
Good news?
Well, we got another remnant piece.
But nothing Angaran. Pay them for their efforts. It's not their fault.
Pathfinder.
I'll leave you to it.
Pathfinder, did you make it to Havarl?
I found this Angaran helmet. Does it mean anything to you?
This is a pre-Dark Age design. Do you see the black marks? The Scourge targeted this pilot's ship. Stars, it's perfectly preserved. I can almost imagine the pilot. He must have been so afraid. I've never seen one of these intact. Do you know how rare this is? I can't even begin to repay you.
If it makes you that happy, I'll gladly dig up a few more.
Do you offer priceless relics to every Angara you meet?
Only the special ones?
I'll keep that in mind. You know, Pathfinder, this gets me thinking. If it wasn't for you, we wouldn't even know that helmet existed. What if that's not all we're missing? There could be a wealth of history just out of our reach. So, I'm requesting your help again.
For you? Anything.
I'd be lying if I said I didn't like the sound of that. I've led digs on every Angaran homeworld, but there are places I've missed, areas only a Pathfinder could go. There could be relics sitting untouched for centuries because no one could reach them. What I ask is this: if you ever find yourself in an area like that, you keep an eye out for artifacts.
That's it?
That's it. Keep me in mind as you explore, and bring me anything of interest.
It'd help if I knew where to look.
Any planet could contain something of potential value. My people traveled far. I know that doesn't answer your question, but just keep your eyes open for me.
You're the expert. Can't you just come with me?
I'd like to, more than anything, but I'm needed here. My predecessor trusted me to stay and carry on his work, to find answers. No matter how much I miss the adventure, I have a responsibility here.
A few hidden relics coming up.
I don't know what I'd do without you. I'll be here if you find anything. Good luck.
You said the helmet was touched by the Scourge. What does that mean?
I forget your people weren't around for that. When the Scourge appeared, it targeted remnant ships, broke down their technology. With the drive cores disabled...
The ships crashed.
But that may not be all. The Scourge leaves a mark on whatever it touches. If it touched this helmet, perhaps the pilot was the target. There may be remnant tech inside the helmet.
Or in the pilot.
Storms. I hadn't even thought of that.
Any insight you can give me on the remnant tech?
We don't know much. To our understanding, it's always been here. Stars. I would love to be the one to solve that mystery.
This is quite a place.
It feels like home to me. Sometimes I think I should move in here. But it's got a long way to go. Someday we'll fill it with relics of the past, each one telling a story. And my people will come here to learn. And to remember.
You'll get there.
With enough hard work, yes.
Is it normal for someone as young as you to be in charge?
I'm no younger than you. And you're a Pathfinder.
I kinda inherited the job.
So did I. I was apprenticed to the former curator. It was my job to bring him artifacts from other worlds. When he retired, I sort of fell into his position.
Do you miss relic hunting?
Some days, but mostly I'm happy to spend more time with each piece.
Have you always been into history?
Oh yes. When I was young, I would dig up shells and pretend they were ancient armor pieces. I've always had a big... got lonely sometimes.
14? That's insane.
Why? How many do you have?
Just the one.
Oh, that's terrible. I'm sorry.
I'll come back when I have something.
Stars guide your travels.
You have questions? Be quick.
Thanks for your time.
Yes, yes. Go. You're back. You're back.
You say that like it's a bad thing. Protecting the fields is important. Without food,
and heroic
everyone
rescues.
suffers.
You're right. Again!
PB's been looking for you.
Oh, come on, think. Think! I need something.
Who are you talking to?
Ryder! Shit! You shouldn't sneak up on someone like that. I'm just talking to myself. Don't tell me you never do that.
You seem stressed.
No kidding. I'm not built for this kind of homesteading. Don't like people knowing where I am, where my stuff is. Ugh!
What's your usual solution?
Usually, I cut bait. Scram, strike out on my own. When I felt like this back home, I'd look for a zero-G chamber, or at least an isolation tank. Someplace to just drift away. I could really use that now.
If I may, gravity can be overridden in the escape pod. You can create a zero-G chamber.
Of course! Sam, you're a genius. It's easy. It'll make a huge difference, Ryder. You'll see. You know, there's room for two.
That's all I need to hear.
And this should do it. Close your eyes. Relax. Let yourself go. Ah, this hits the spot. Ryder?
Yeah?
There's something else that would relax me.
What's that?
That's the spirit. Wanna fool around? Doesn't matter if you have something else going on. I can be utterly discreet. Just fun. Two people blowing off steam. No strings attached. Only if there's no strings.
I'm into you, PB. I'd want it to mean something.
Oh. Huh. Good to know.
Let's not rush things. Just enjoy this.
What can I do for you, Pathfinder?
You probably have work to do. We can chat later.
You know where to find me.
Feeling okay?
I saw another of Dad's memories. I was in this one. Sarah, too. We were home visiting. Dad told us about going through the Charon relay.
So you got your sense of exploration from your father?
We joked it was in our DNA.
Then that part of him lives on.
I'll let you get back to it.
I'll be here if you need me.
Your Moshai's tough. Reminds me of my mom.
Is she the heart of your community as well?
She never had to stand her ground against the violence of Ket, but she put up with me. Tev Uni. A home on Vold. Sort of. Still feels good, though.
We'll talk later.
I know it.
I found that plant you wanted.
Great. I'll give the recipe a try when I'm off duty. I've already got ideas for how to jazz it up. And I'll keep working on Mr. I don't like movie nights here to come along.
I like them. I just don't trust our autopilot alone for too long.
I'm picking up something. Probe away. Anomaly found. You're sure that astronomer's nav points are correct?
He seemed to think so.
There's nothing out here.
The Scourge didn't swallow a satellite whole. It can't do that, right?
I'll let you know. Let's check other nav points.
Back towards Vold. Beginning approach.
Vold orbit is steady.
Approaching the LZ.
picking up a faint signal. Looks like a friendly ship.
It matches the transponder code for Asari survey vessel, Perifona.
That's the ship Hadaria mentioned.
We might be close.
Extreme cold is detected, Pathfinder. Environmental temperatures are within acceptable limits. Life support is back online.
I hear you have a very impressive vehicle, yes?
We call it the Nomad.
I'm an amateur mechanic myself. Build vehicles for my people. Upload this schematic for your mechanic, with my compliments. They can upgrade your vehicle's shielding once you find the needed components.
He lives for this shit. It will make his day.
My long-lost brother. You can find some of what you need here on Vold. The rest, out and about.
New allies. The destruction of a Ket stronghold. These are victories for us. But this does not mean we can be complacent. This war is not over.
Temperatures are below freezing and continuing to fall. The ambient temperature is normal.
Specialist partner, stay on task.
Sorry, sir.
I'm reading a severe temperature drop. Environment check. Temperatures are within acceptable parameters.
Please be careful, Ryder. Sure the AI rulebook doesn't insist the Pathfinder always gets to drive.
I'm reading a severe temperature drop. Life support is stable. Temperatures are below freezing and continuing to fall.
Can you imagine the heating bills if we settled? One of those Angara heaters in here? No. Nomad's heat isn't doing anything for me.
Environment check. Temperatures are within acceptable parameters.
Good time for a field op, Jal. What's your combat disposition?
I kill the enemy before they see me. Do I need another one?
No, that'll do fine.
We are nearing the nav point provided by Sokar Isov on Aya. I detect traces of weapons fire consistent with Ket's technology.
Ket. Great. And here's the ambush.
Pathfinder, this area can be mined for resources. You can extract minerals via your mining interface.
Ora! What do you do for fun?
You've seen my plans.
I'm beginning to suspect that the Angaran word for fun doesn't translate well.
I thought this would be the Perifona.
Ice or mineral deposits may be reflecting false positives. The real signal must be relatively close. I'm detecting below normal temperatures.
Heads up, looks like a Keck construct.
You and Ryder move in the open very freely.
We have to. We're here to explore.
It's only strange after years of keeping our heads down against the Kett. One day we'll destroy them. I'm determined that it will be soon.
False signal. One down.
Imagine being posted out here. Must be lonely.